Welcome to your step-by-step guide on using a CIS Tax Rebate Calculator in the UK. If you're a construction worker under the Construction Industry Scheme, or CIS, this tool can help you figure out if you've overpaid tax and are due a refund. I'm here to walk you through it. So let's get started. First, a quick heads up. CIS is a tax system where contractors deduct tax from subcontractors' pay before it even hits your bank account, usually at 20% or 30%. Depending on if you're registered with HMRC. Sometimes, those deductions are more than you actually owe, and that's where the calculator comes in. It estimates your rebate. Ready? Here's how to use it, step by step, based on the 2024 to 2025 tax year, as of March 3rd, 2025. Step 1. Gather your total gross pay from construction work. Start with your total earnings before those CIS deductions. That's your gross pay, the full amount you've earned from construction jobs. You can find this on your pay slips, contractor statements, or your own records if you're self-employed. For this tax year, that's everything from April 6th, 2024 to April 5th, 2025. This number's key because it's the starting point for figuring out your taxable income. Got it? Let's move on. Step 2. Calculate your total allowable expenses. Next, add up your business-related costs. These are your allowable expenses. Think materials, tools, travel to work sites, or even protective gear. But here's the catch. Personal stuff like commuting to a regular workplace doesn't count. Keep receipts, invoices, or mileage log handy. I mean, who doesn't love claiming that extra mileage allowance, right? For example, if you spent £2,000 on materials and £500 on travel, that's £2,500 in expenses. These lower your taxable profit, which could mean a bigger rebate. Easy so far? Step 3. Find out the total tax paid under CIS. Now, track down how much tax your contractors deducted under CIS. That's the cash they've already sent to HMRC on your behalf. Usually 20% if you're registered, or 30% if not. Check your CIS statements, or ask your contractors for this figure. Let's say it's £6,000 for the year. This is what will compare to what you really owe. So hang on to that number. Step 4. Use the CIS Tax Rebate Calculator. All right, time to crunch the numbers. Grab a reliable online calculator. Something like Tax Scouts or TaxWorks Great. Plug in 3 things: your gross pay, your expenses, and the tax paid under CIS. Here's what happens behind the scenes. First, it subtracts your expenses from your gross pay to get your taxable profit. Then, it uses current UK tax rates, like the £12,570 personal allowance, where you pay no tax, and 20% on income between £12,571 and £50,270. It figures out your real tax liability and compares it to what you've already paid. If you paid more, bingo, that's your rebate. Let's try an example. Say your gross pay is £40,000, expenses are £10,000, and you paid £6,000 in CIS tax. Your taxable profit is £30,000. After the £12,570 allowance, you're taxed on £17,430 at 20%, which is £3,486. Since £6,000 is more than £3,486, you're looking at a £2,514 rebate. Pretty cool, huh? Step 5. Understand the results and next steps. So, what's the calculator telling you? If it shows a rebate, you've overpaid tax. Great news. You can claim that back through your self-assessment tax return on the HMRC website. Just make sure your income and expenses are spot on, and HMRC will process your refund in a few weeks. If there's no rebate, it means your deductions match what you owe, or you might even owe a bit more. Either way, the calculator's just an estimate. So keep your records for the final check with HMRC. A few extra tips. Before we wrap up, a couple of things. Make sure the calculator is set for the 2024 to 2025 tax year, since rates like that £12,570 allowance can change. It's a solid estimate, but if you've got other income or tricky tax stuff, maybe chat with an accountant. Oh, and pro tip, use an app to track your expenses all year. It makes this whole process a breeze. That's it. You're now ready to use a CIS Tax Rebate Calculator and claim what's yours. Recap: grab your gross pay, tally your expenses, check your CIS tax paid, plug it into the calculator, and file your return if you do a rebate. Simple, right? For more details, check out sites like mytaxaccountant.co.uk or peek at HMRC's tax rates online. Thanks for listening, and good luck getting that refund.